Kendall Isadore. I'm the violinist in the String Queens, and I'm back with another hopefully fun and engaging educational video where I get to share a little bit with you today about where my sound came from, what styles of music, what genres of music really influenced my sound, and how I sort of create some secret sauce that really led me to the sound that I have today. I'm going to be joined by Elise Sharp, the cellist in the String Queens, and she's going to help me demonstrate some of these concepts today. So first you should know I am a violinist. I've been playing the violin for a while, but I first started out singing and doing piano, and then I transitioned into the violin. I still like to do piano and sing a little bit, but I'm mainly a violinist, but it all started with singing. And so when I approach my instrument, when I approach many of the arrangements that the String Queens perform for you all, the ones that you've heard on YouTube or in person, I'm really trying to create a very, very specific sound. So I'll talk about that. But when I was growing up, I really listened to a lot of Whitney Houston, a lot of Chaka Khan, a lot of Stevie Wonder. I wanted to be Celine Dion. I mean, I wanted to be these huge powerhouse belting voices. And so those were the sounds that I was first drawn to. However, by the time I got to around the age of, I guess 9, about 4th grade, which is when I started playing violin, I noticed that I found myself trying to create what I could create with my voice on my violin, but I really didn't have a lot of examples to point towards in the beginning. And I remember the Christmas of 4th grade year, my godfather, Uncle Chip, he gave me a gift. He was always giving me something cool, something nobody else would probably get me. And I had just started playing the violin that August. And so he gave me Regina Carter's CD. This was probably her 2nd or 3rd CD at the time. And I remember hearing track 5, Something for Grace. And I remember just my entire musical world changed from hearing a classical instrument being played with soul, being played with energy. And I'm hearing her do all these slides and all this really, really cool, fun stuff. And so I didn't know it at the time, but that was really the beginning of me trying to explore that vocal sound on my instrument. Later on down the line, I added to Regina Carter with Jean-Luc Ponty. I added with Karen Briggs, who's also one of my favorite violinists. And so that's sort of how I get my soul. And so then I started to think about genre. So that was style, right? Who are those people that I wanted to sort of mimic? And then I thought about soul. And really, gospel music has really been the key to the soul that I have in my playing. Every time I'm granted the opportunity, and I'm so grateful every time we get to grace the stage and perform, I'm always trying to pull the same soul that you may hear out of my playing. I'm trying to pull that soul out of you, the audience, as well. And so I use my influences from Regina. I use that Stevie Wonder, that Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I try to put them all sort of in this melting pot and create this very, very special sound. So today, I just talked about my influences, and now I'm gonna sort of show you using a very classical example, and I'm saying classical, but I don't mean the genre, a classic tune, Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace was my grandmother's favorite hymn, and it's one that I like to just play sometimes, even when I'm warming up to do a performance, or if I'm just practicing at home. So first, we're gonna play Amazing Grace sort of in a very simple, standard way. And I hope that you can hear the human voice, but then we're gonna sort of take a turn, so I don't wanna give too much away. Elise, let's play a little bit of the beginning of Amazing Grace. So that's typically the form and the style of Amazing Grace. That's usually what's written in the hymn book, right? But I've talked to you in a past video about improvising, right? This idea of improvisation and how we can take an established song and really open it up to make it our own. So I first, honestly, before I start playing my version of Amazing Grace, honestly, I start to play around with some vocal ideas. So I may say, instead of starting I may want to go May. And so how can I create that on violin? Right? So that's an idea. Sing grace, how sweet the sound. So I just kind of go back and forth. I sing an idea. Sometimes I even use the piano to kind of like test out my ideas. And then I usually call Dawn and Elise and I say, let's put this all together and see what we can come up with. So now we're going to play Amazing Grace again, but really listen to the devices that I use, whether it's a trill, whether it's a slide, whether it's a pentatonic scale, whether it's a harmonic minor scale, to really bring this song and take it from just reading it out of a hymnal to really feeling it in your spirit and in your soul. Here we go. So we took the same exact song, y'all, the same exact Amazing Grace that you and I both are familiar with, but see what happens even when you just start to explore. So a good starting point when you're trying to improvise, especially with spirituals and hymns, is to start with the foundational melody, then use another instrument, whether you're a pianist or a singer. Even if you don't consider yourself a professional at those instruments, you really just got to start. The hardest part is just getting started. I hope today I've given you a couple of tools to get you started, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks.